From Kununurra in the far north to Esperance in the deep southeast, this is Tab Radio Racing and Sport.
Bam bam, on s'asplagie sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois, un sparadrap, une gueule de bois. A bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc.
You're listening to Great GREYS on Tab Radio.
It seems a lot clearer this time around. Let's get down to business, see if we can't help you find a few winners for this busy Thursday of chasing heading into the weekend. The man that faces the new ball each and every week for us here on the program, the Shane Train Williams, now joins us on the program. Hello, Train.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners.
Great to be catching up with you. How's your week progressing?
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a slow start, Shorty, thanks to the Grain of the Year Awards on a Sunday night. I'm glad you made the right decision to go home fairly early and left me to face the breeze out there till about 3 a.m. So it was a very slow start to the week, Shorty, let me tell you.
I can imagine it was. Well, that was quite the effort for you to kick on from when I left was around midnight. So the party really did kick on.
Yeah, we just ended up actually in the Groove Bar at the casino, but no music, just chatting away to a few different people, and a few more drinks. So, yeah, it was a great night, and congratulations to all the winners on the night. Yeah,
well done to everyone. Johnny Cole was absolutely superb, obviously. Jade McPherson, a big result there. The Credelli family, and for Tommy Shelby and Dave and Christine Robertson to be brought into the Hall of Fame was very fitting and very deserved. Great people and a very special canine. So that was wonderful. And well done to Peter O'Neill and also Alana McLean and all of the team that put that night together. It was one of the more enjoyable awards nights I've been to for a pretty significant period of time. So hats off to all concerned in that particular space. Train, there's been lots of great racing, and of course we are very much looking forward to this program at the Meadows on Saturday night. What a night of chasing lies ahead there.
Yeah, 100%, Shorty. It's always one of the big nights on the calendar, especially at the Meadows. They have the 3 Group 1s over the 3 different distances, and I had the lead-up races last week, but also the week before the Temley and the Rookie Rebel and races like that. And also the Zoom Top over the longer trip. So all columns down to this weekend, Shorty, when they all meet in the final, and there's some tough races there across the fields, but nonetheless, there's going to be a very smart dog that takes out the final.
Yeah, that's the truth. We've been left with just a mighty lineup for that particular final, and a couple of the efforts on the way through. If you're a lover of the get back run on style of dog, gee, we got to see it at its absolute best there with Tim Zhu once again getting back and rattling home all over the top of Deadly Avenger, and of course, Kenya All Class for our good mate Corey Smith. It was spectacular, finishing runner-up behind Excavation, charging to the line. They're the style of dogs that it's not always easy viewing because they often need a little bit of luck in transit, but when they get it right, dogs like that, my goodness, it's breathtaking to watch.
Yeah, had no right to get so close. The leader off and gone, a very good dog, Excavation, and here's Kenya All Class coming out after him, and for a fleeting moment there, it looked like he was going to get up. So, as we've seen him over the 6 and 700, but he's still adept to the 500 metre race, and if luck goes his way early, and got a good draw on Saturday night, Shorty, to posse up nice and close. So I thought there was a heap of chances in that race. Tim Zhu, how can he knock his form at the moment? He's doing it from bad boxes, and I think that step up to the 600, 2 or 3 months ago was a really good move by the Thompson clan that got his confidence back. He was racing sort of without confidence, and they've done the old 600 and get him on the arm, and it done wonders for him, Shorty. And even in that 2-dog shootout there on Phoenix night, and when we declared him, and he's come back and knocked that dog off, was a testament to how the dog's going at the moment. So Box 8's very tricky at the Meadows, as we know, but you never underrate Thompsons in the Group 1s. No,
that's the truth. And, of course, we'll get to see them across here for the Sandgroper, which is also really exciting. The other exciting piece of news, if you love a punt at the Meadows, Saturday night, races 5, 6, 7 and 8. Very healthy quaddy carryover there, punters, so you can step in and make a few bucks for this weekend. Races 5 through to 8 there. Nice to see Palawa King going around as well in the Rookie Rebel final.
Yeah, it's his third run back now, Shorty, and he was very good at Dubbo first up. I thought he was a little bit plain at Wentworth Park, and he had the one box there and didn't get warm. But obviously, Meadows is a track he does really excel when he's up to a distance that he loves as well. So again, that final, Shorty, is open and more open than the Sydney Heads. A lot of chances in that race. But yeah, whatever gets to the front, I think is going to be hard to beat. Interesting to see Raiders Guide there from Tasmania trying to go back to back in this race. So never underestimate the Tasmanian dogs either, Shorty. When they're going good, they can definitely pull off a big one.
Yeah, it's $4.80 chance Raiders Guide from box 7. Stomping is our favourite from box 5 at $3.40. Warm Cockle $6. Zipping Kai $6. Palawa King $7. Paul Vortex $7. Ethanol Volume 9, and Shake It Off 11. So 7 of the 8 runners in single figures. Very rare that you'd see a feature final like that, and it really does speak volumes of just how open that particular race is. The Group 1 Rookie Rebel there on Saturday night at the Meadows. It'll be on 6:10 WA time. Make sure you tune in. It'll be an absolute belter, as will the Group 1 Fanta Bale Stayers final over the 730 metres. Unreal Speed. This is the dog that you were very keen on last week for the punters. Came out and delivered. It's a $2.60 favourite. Ethanol Water at $3.10. Late Night News, the very talented New South Wales emerging stayer. It's at $4.40. Groove Bird at $8.50. Shake and Bake at $12. Pass Mark at $18. Flying Envies at $26. And Irish Millie is at $26 as well. A really strong hand for the Britton family collectively. Rob has the favourite Unreal Speed at the $2.60, and then Jeff has Groove Bird $8.50, Shake and Bake $12, Pass Mark at $18. So half the field between them for Rob and Jeff Britton.
Yeah, for sure. He was really good last week, Unreal Speed, Shorty, and it's just a crying shame. He spent 9 months on the sideline, this dog, so you would hate to think what he would have been doing in them 9 months. I think he would have been tearing up the staying fields all across Australia. As we know, there's no standout at the moment in the staying ranks, and but to get the dog back up, after 9 months, he was second first up in the Invitation Group 1, and then he won the heat last week. So I think moving forward, if Rob can keep the dog sound, we might even see him over here in the Galaxy, Shorty, I've been told. So he's just a breath of fresh air in the staying ranks and only lightly raced, as we know, with them injuries that he's had. It's going to be very hard to beat. I thought Late Night News' run was quite good last week to take ground off Unreal Speed late in the piece. So it's been going really good. Also, dogs like Groove Bird, Shake and Bake, they're going to put themselves up on the speed. And Ethanol Water, what did you make of its run, Shorty? Because it's a bit Jekyll and Hyde at the moment, isn't it? It was sort of in front, leading all the way, and then it sort of jumped in front and let him go past and come again late. She's running a bit strangely at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on. I think if you sort of look at the last few runs, there's been, as you said, probably 2 versions of Ethanol Water, and that's unusual because for such a long period of time, the dog and its racing pattern were really quite reliable. But it must be said, we've seen this many, many times, even with the high-class stayers, just going around week in, week out. Sometimes they find themselves just being a little bit flat, and sometimes that can knock onto their racing patterns. But look, it's in really good hands with the Dailies, and Ethanol Water, 25 wins, 18 placings from 62 starts, $357,000 in prize money, has now been in that top echelon of stayers consistently for the last 6 months or so. So has to be respected, whatever it goes into. But yeah, I'm a bit like you. I think probably just need to see it more consistently perform to its top level to be sort of stepping in while it's at the head of these markets. But it's going to be a great race. Can't wait for it. Is there anything that stood out to you on Saturday night there at the Meadows?
Oh, I just probably keen on Unreal Speed. I did have a little spec on him in the futures, and you just think, like, being honest, that he's going to improve. Third up now over 700 for 9 months. You just think, even though Rob gets him nice and fit, he's got a great setup there and he works his dogs hard. You just think that match fitness is just going to get better and better as the weeks go on. And as he said, I heard him in an interview, he's a big dog. He's gangly, big leg dog, so he needs plenty of room. And I think box 6 out there, he'll get that. You see him last Saturday night just go 3 or 4 wide just to get that clean air, and then he just went whoosh, So, pretty keen on him to take out the Fanta Bale Stayers. And what a great bit she was, Shorty. Rob trained her as well, so I think it'll be a pleasure for Rob to win that race. named after one of his former champs.
Oh, no doubt about that. And, unreal speed. Great news to hear that it could be coming across for our Galaxy. It'll be a real highlight to see one of the star East Coast stayers come across and have a crack at the WA Riches. Well, that's the Meadows Saturday night taken care of. Let's take it local and see if you can't help us build a bank for the weekend upcoming. We've got a pretty busy night of chasing coming up there at Mandurah. 12 races tonight. You like anything there?
Yeah, I'm going to kick it off. Race 8, number 1, Nova Girl. The markets went up nice and early this morning, Shorty, and they didn't miss this one. It was 5.50 into 2.50, so plenty out there sharing my thoughts. Although she's into the twilight of her career, she's still racing well. She had no luck with the box draws recently, but tonight she draws the coveted one box and also has the pleasure of the speedy beginner and wide runner next door in Corey Keeping. So I think a nice getaway. We'll see a figure in the money somewhere, Shorty, and hopefully a victory. Race 8, number 1, Nova Girl to kick us off.
Yeah, that's 280 to 235, the official fluck there with Tab Touch at the moment. But obviously, with some different agencies opening up, it's been a fair whack in. But now, 235, Nova Girl off the inside draw. The next of your specials?
Yeah, race 9, number 5, Edith Hook, Shorty. A massive downgrade for this girl. She's dropping back from country free-for-alls back to a country grade 4 and has a real nice turn of foot on her night and good box speed. And I don't think the map looks too bad for her. She's got Respect Advocacy in 6, who does like to use plenty of the track. And the dog in 4 is not a great beginner, so we only need her to step, and I think she'll get the job done. Race 9, number 5, Edith Hook. Nice
downgrade there, and last time it went round in this company ran a slick 17.09. Only 2 back from a middle draw, went 17.07 behind Flipper Penny, so can understand the liking for Edith Hook in that grade with the map it has. Race 9, number 5, Edith Hook, and the third of your specials tonight there at Mandurah.
What price is she, Shorty? I've seen 3.10 this morning on Tab Touch.
$3 now, Edith Hook, and open $3.20 now into $3, so good early support.
Yeah, and the last tip, Shorty, race 12, number 7, Taming the Tiger. This dog has changed kennels, now in the Jackie Wilson kennel, formerly trained by the Kirsty Moore team, and she's won her last 2 starts, Shorty, from the inside and from the outside, and from over the 400 and the 300, so she's very versatile. She's at the 300 tonight, and I think she got a great map here, drawn outside of Dolly Dottie, who's a great beginner next door in 6, and I think she can follow it over, stalk her, and run her over late. So, Taming the Tiger, race 12, number 7, to finish us off. All
right, and if you're taking novelties, make sure you throw in Dolly Dottie, because it's very rare that Dottie doesn't hit the frame. 17 starts, 4 wins, 11 placings. So, 15 of 17, Dolly Dottie has run top 3. It's excellent work from you, Train. Anything else to add? What about the kennel mail? Anything from your camp worth having a bet on over the next little bit?
I've got a couple in tonight, Shorty, and I think Simple Sally, she's got the one box. I think the dog in 2 will be hardest to beat. I think they're a good Quinella. She did run 27.7 in the Stewards trial up to clear another dog. So I used her in the Stewards trial 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she ran 27.7. So I know she can at least run that tonight. It'll be very hard to beat. And then the very next race, cannot back him, but Pays a terrible beginner, but big motor, down to grade 6. I'd be disappointed if he didn't hit the frame somewhere. But other than that, Shorty, Curious Georgia tomorrow night, box 1. Only the second time she's drawn the one in her life. Should be hard to beat with no baler race there. I do respect the other dog, because he's in the race has got good speed if it gets the start right in the middle somewhere, so she's going to have to come out well. And then Saturday night, we've got Lochinvar Hawk in the Keith Harding final. Very hard race for him, and Ripper Moses out in 7. Probably not badly drawn out there. So hoping for a little bit of luck, Shorty. We can get a winner somewhere and, put our hand in their pocket to buy some horses today at the Magic Millions.
Are you off to the sales, are you?
No, I won't have time today. I've got some spies there looking out for me, so I've got to go to the races tonight. So, got some spies there. I'll probably get in 1 or 2 this year, Shorty, and advance my team. They got down to single figures, but I think after today they'll be back into double figures.
Oh, gee whiz. Leviathan owner, if you don't mind. Great catching up with you, Shane. Thank you as always for your time here on Great Grace. Good luck with all of your runners, and we'll be cheering hard for your tips. Go well, mate.
All the best.
There we have it, the Shane Trainer Williams on this Thursday morning here on Great Grays, where it's now 16 minutes after 10. We aren't too far away from our first race for broadcast of the morning. It's 3 minutes away, race number 1 at Hawkesbury. It is over the 1,000 metres, and the Tab Touch fixed odds market has Royal Commodore $4.80 into $3 at the head of that market. Idolise 4 into $3.40. Peace Centre $3.30 to $3.50. Micro, 290 to 380. Then there's a big drift out to Hot Jive, 31 out to 34. Buffett, 41 to 81, and Executive Decision, 91 out to 151. So 4 chances here. A Royal Commodore, Idolise, Peace Centre and Macro from a betting perspective. That's where the punters have landed. 2 minutes 40 to get your bets on for race number 1 of the day at Hawkesbury. We'll crossing live to that event very shortly. But prior to that, let's welcome into the Great Greys, our wonderful friend Jason Campbell. Hello, JC. How do you do on this Thursday morning?
Yeah, can't complain, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really well, thanks, mate. Nice to have you on the program as always. Got plenty of good chasing to look forward to tonight up there at Albion Park. Let's make a start on some of your better bets on the program there.
Race 2, number 7, Simulate. I stamped her as the best bet on the program. She's out of the Koblenz Shabini litter. We've got to see a lot of these litter mates go around over this middle distance and staying trips in time, obviously out of a very strong stay in Sherbini. She's found the front both her starts over the 600 and only been run down late by Back Creek Benny, who's absolutely flying up there at the moment. And she's got to love not having Back Creek Benny on her tail tonight, Shorty. I just don't think there's any dog in this field that can run her down. So she looks like a good way to start off the night at Albion Park.
Indeed. Race 2, number 7, Simulate, and it's for that man, the Prince, Tommy Zavalis, who's been absolutely on fire for such a long period of time now. Looks a good way to kick off your multis tonight. Race 2, number 7, Simulate, then on to race number 3, and another winning machine here.
Yeah, potentially another leg for multi-players up in Queensland tonight. Race 3, number 8, Valpolicella. She got inducted into the she got New South Wales Greyhound of the Year the other night, so good to see that. She's won her last 2 starts over this track and trip, defeated a very similar field, if not the same field, last week by upwards of 5 lengths. She gets to an outside box, which I've always liked her from. She's won 40 of her 79 starts. Absolute queen of the staying ranks up there in Queensland, and been one of the best staying bitches for the last, half decade or so. So I think she'll be very hard to beat, and she is on the drift, so that's why I probably included her tonight. She could get out to a bit of a ridiculous price for the clear class run of the race.
Indeed, and her last couple of wins have been excellent, so no reason to not team up with her. We go to race number 7 on the program and team up with a Fairy Floss runner.
Yeah, playing Tarawai Buster here. He's absolutely flying. His last win at Ipswich, 24.67, if you don't mind, beat Whistle Away, who has subsequently won by 5 lengths. Gets in the box 8 here, 3 starts for 2 wins and a placing. Has broken 30-second mark before at Albion Park, and I think there's no speed in this race. Should be able to cross straight to the front and really set his sights for home down the back straight.
Excellent. Race 7, number 8, Tarawai Buster, and the final of your specials tonight there at Albion Park.
Yeah, race 11, number 7, Hello Warren, a little bit more meat on the bone for this runner. He isn't the greatest beginner, that's why, but if he does get the luck at a crucial stage on that first corner, which he didn't get last week, I think he will be very, very hard to hold out late. He's the strongest dog in this field, and I think $4 is a fair enough price. Excellent.
They're about to run here in the first at Hawkesbury. We'll return with your thoughts for Hobart. Let's cross to race 1, Hawkesbury.
Royal Commodore favourite. For Terry Croft, he's got 2 runners in this race. Hot Jive as well. They're all in. Stand by, ready to break. Off and racing now, and missing it there was Buffett. Showing good speed was the favourite Royal Commodore. It's in the centre, going up to join Micro. Easing in behind Peace Centre, followed by Idolised, 4th the rail. Then came Executive Decision. Buffett going past it in the centre. And 2 lengths to Hot Jive last. Micro led. Running up towards the 550 metres. It's 1.5 in front of Royal Commodore. Parked in 3rd place was Peace Centre, followed by Idolised. Buffett eases 3 wide, then Hot Jive. And last is Executive Decision, but Micro's gone further in front around the turn. He's very sharp here at the moment. 3 lengths in front of Royal Commodore. Peace Centre called upon, followed by Buffett. Hot Jive looking to come through between runners. Inside the 250, Micro by a length and a half. Running on strongly, Peace Centre. It's Micro and Peace Centre fighting it out, with Peace Centre surging up on the outside of Micro. And Peace Centre goes home too well. He's down late. Peace Centre impressive. Beat Micro, Royal Commodore, followed by Hot Jive. Behind them was Idolised, Buffett and Executive Decision.
2, 4, 1 and 7, 2 Peace Centre, 360, 220 for Macro, 230 and 1 Royal Commodore was 3rd, no 3rd dividend.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
We're talking with our man Jason Campbell. We've had a look at Albion Park tonight, race 2, number 7, Simulate, race 3, number 8, Valpolicella, race 7, number 8, Tarawai Buster, and race 11, number 7, Hello Warren. Now time to have a look at Hobart tonight. We're getting in and out nice and quickly, JC.
Yes, we certainly are. Race 1, number 1, Red Day, very well named, jumping out of the red box, and she did that 2 starts ago at Launceston, won by upwards of 4 lambs, 29.50, absolutely flew on the clock. I think there's a lot of speed in this race. The only thing I've got going forward is Stick Season out of box 7. I think if she parks and he's back early, she'll be way too strong late in the piece. And I guess a few other runners later on the night that are absolutely flying. Race 8, number 8, Rupee Rebel. He was a little bit unlucky, I guess, last start in the Launceston Cup. He just didn't begin all that well and got shunted wide there on the first corner, but he obviously finished off very strongly. He gets back to, I guess, his preferred track and trip, 15 starts, 6 wins, 7 placings. Should be very hard to beat with a vacant inside. And Tory's Day in race 10, absolutely flying this bitch, definitely one to put in your black book. 6 starts, 4 wins, returns for a little break, absolutely flown at Launceston in her last 2 starts, winning by big margin. So I guess those 3, they're all shorts. I'm a little bit flat today, Shorty. They're all 2s on pops, but they should all be hard enough to beat.
Fair enough. Could be some very nice multis throughout the course of the evening, JC. Great to see the dogs in the den, Biz back up and firing, doing a great job there. How do punters find that?
Yeah, over at Wolfman or on YouTube, Dogs in the Den. I'm due to tip a winner there, Shorty. I've started season 2 or 3 or wherever the hell we're up to in the worst possible fashion. So hopefully I can lift things tonight and go 3 from 3.
Form is temporary, class is permanent, young man. Only a matter of time before you're absolutely dominating as you do most weeks here on Great Greys. We appreciate your time as always. Go get them.
See you, Shorty.
Good man, Jason Campbell with us this morning here on A Great Greys, where it's now 23 minutes after 10 o'clock. I might be able to take you through the dividends from race number 1 there at Hawkesbury. The winner was number 2, Peace Centre. Ben Osmond aboard, $3.60 and $2.20. Micro, $2.30. Royal Commodore, no third dividend. The Quinella, $7.30. Exacta, $13.70. Trifecta, $30.30. And the first 4 on 2, 4, 1 and 7, $149.60. Race number 2 there at Hawkesbury. We will have live broadcast in half an hour from now over the 1,400 metres. That market, an early look there. Supreme Statement, $2.20. Willie Opper at $3.70. Tomcat Flowers at $6.50. Danneman, $7. And Patricia at $7. All other runners, 23 and upwards. And our next race for broadcast will be race number 1 from Kangaroo Island. We'll be watching out to see the kangaroos hopping around in the background there, and it's Gabatron, our $2.65 favourite for the first in front of Tsunami Rose, $4.20, Titan Rising, $4.80, Ultron, $7, Rain in the Cash, and also the Postie, both at 10. It's 20 and upwards from there. You've got 5 minutes to get your bets on for race number 1 at Kangaroo Island. Time, though, now to catch up with our Hall of Famer, Neil Brown, here on Great Greys. Have a look at this big program at Sandown tonight. Hello, Brownie.
How you going, David? Challenging meeting, to say the least, David, tonight.
Indeed, Brownie. That's why we get you on. You're more than capable of stepping up to the plate for these sorts of nights and help navigate the tricky ones. Let's kick things off with your early quaddie. Race number 1 gets underway 1 minute past 4 WA time. It's the mixed grades 6 and 7. These can be pretty challenging to kick off the card.
Yeah, I'm going to take 3 in this, 6, 1 and 2. I've got... you run a Colbert on top. I think it's the best beginner in the field. Led all the way at the Meadows with a good win. A couple of starts ago, 30 and 10. So we'll take 6, 1 and 2. Moving to race number 2, second leg of the early quad, a grade 5 over the 5.15. I thought Centre Static would be the one to beat from box number 1. I'm going to take 1, 4 and 5. Thought it was the best drawn here. Very consistent. Consistently in the money, and I think it's the one to beat, number 1. Race number 3, a grade 4 here for the 5.15s, over the 5.15. I'm going to take 2, 1 and 5. Harmington, I think, is the one to beat, racing in solid form. It's well drawn. Went well here from the 8 a couple of weeks ago, and I think Harmington might be hard to beat tonight. And in race 4, the last leg of the early quarter, a 3rd and 4th grade over the 5.15. I thought, where's Poppy? Look, nearly the bet of the night, although it's got into about odds on now, so that's not really the price we like. But a 29.14 winner here, and has recorded a 29.70 at the Meadows. A very fast greyhound, and pretty solid and reliable beginner. I think it's the one to beat. I'm going to take 1 and 2 for some insurance, but 5 on top, and I really am keen about Where's Poppy, David, in that first and early quad.
Excellent. That's race 4, number 5, Where's Poppy. $2.10 on the fixed odds with Tap Touch, so we'll snap that up while it's still in the black figures. On to the main quaddie, race number 5, the Grade 5 Greyhounds Entertainment over the middle distance strip of 595 metres. Yeah,
hard race. I'm going to take 4 here. I've gone fairly wide in this quaddie tonight. 3, 2, 5 and 7. We've got the 3 on top, Urana Xavier. First up at the 595, but has only been lightly raced, 3 and 3 from 9, and chance to lead from that draw. Handy run last week. The 2, I think, has got a chance. Smooth Ranger, solid second back on the third, and has won here. The 5, Liberty Kelton, I think, is a chance. 4 line is okay, just needs some luck. And the 7, Paul Calder, racing race better dogs and a chance from the draw, but the draw probably won't help tonight. But yeah, we might still miss it, David. But we'll try our best. 3, 2, 5 and 7 in the first league. Race number 6, Adam Bailey, 50 years in race. We've got the family in attendance tonight. Started selling race books and became one of the most respected track managers in Australia. Adam, great to have his family tonight. 1, 3 and 4 I'm going to take here. I've got Bomb Luca. I think it's the favourite on top. Meadow 6, 104 is pretty good. Led all the way last start there. Well drawn into 1, and I think he can lead from there and got that early pace. The 3 video referee is, honest type, these two. They good effort last week. Likewise, Navarino was a solid effort from a wide draw last week. And I think they both got chances to trouble a favourite, but I had Bob Luca on top. Going to race number 7, and here we've got a Grade 5 over the 5.15. Geez, a few chances here. I'm going to try and find it in 2, 8, 7 and 3. I've got Lucky Lisa on top. Looks the leader in a pretty average sort of a race here. Won a Grade 6 in slow time, and but has shown some early pace on occasion. I think the 8's a chance. From out wide, they always got a question whether they can get over from the 2. K-Night Kaz, we've got a veteran in Navy Blue Buzz. I'm going to take first up here. Fell in at Warrnambool last start, gives us a chance. And a chance with luck, I think, also the 3 White Brew. So good luck having a bet in the third league. And the last league is the 7.15 Grade 5. And plenty of chances here. I'm going to take 1, 4, 8 and 2. I've got Valletta Diva on top. It's drawn okay. Like its Meadows win in 42 and 75 on January 25. Got within 4.5 lengths last Saturday night of Ethanol Water. So, even though it ran 5th, it wasn't that far away from a quality dog like that. Got it on top. The 4, I think, is a chance. Upset Sunset. Won its last couple over the 600. The Meadows could step up. The Daily Camp certainly know what they're doing. I'm certain it can run the 7.15. The 8's a chance. It's the other daily runner stepping up in distance. Sunset Whispan. I think the 2 Payback. Bit of a non-winner, but might find some luck in running. A very average field with a few chances. 1, 4, 8 and 2. So good luck and good punting. We've got those 3 big races on Saturday night, haven't we, David?
Indeed.
I like Vincent Vale in the Cup.
Brownie, I'll just put you on hold for a moment. We'll take race 1 at Kangaroo Island, get your best bets in just a moment. Legend in Neil Brown here on Great Greys on this Thursday morning, and his early quaddie tonight, 6, 1 and 2, leg 1, 1, 4, 5, leg 2, 2, 1, 5, leg 3, home with 5, 1 and 2, and the late quaddie, 3, 2, 5, 7, leg 1, 1, 3, 4, leg 2, 2, 8, 7, 3, leg 3, home with 1, 4, 8 and 2. Brownie, sounds like race 4, number 5, Where's Poppy, was a dog that would be just about sneaking into the best bet pile for tonight?
Absolutely, my best tonight. Race 4, number 5, Where's Poppy? The Kangaroo Island, David. I've fond memories. I had my honeymoon there 49 years ago and haven't been back.
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Is that a good recommendation, or is it one and run, Brownie? You just enjoyed it and thought we'll go for the one visit and never go back again?
It was a lovely place to visit 49 years ago. Terrific meeting on Saturday night, 3 Group 1s. the Australian Cup is great traditional, long held in high regard here in Victoria. The Australian Cup, I think it's a fantastic field. What a run Tim Zoo last week to make the final. I like Vincent Bale. I'm a big fan of his, as you know. I've got him on top in the Cup, but it's a great race. Ethanol Water, nicely drawn in the Fanta Bale in the Group 1. Very high-class distance performer. I think she might be able to get home there. And Stomping has been racing very, very well, and a very competitive Rookie Rebel. There's a few chances there, but Stomping, I think, can get the money. So looking forward to being out at the Meadows. I've seen a few Australian Cups, David, but yes, it's going to be a great meeting, isn't it, Saturday night?
It'll be absolutely spectacular, and I'm sure, as always, the red carpet will be rolled out for you, Neil. You'll be well looked after from the outstanding crew out there at the Meadows. And good luck, too, to Corey Smith, the main man out there with Kenya All Class. Gee, it's been racing well, rattling home at a couple of its recent runs, so we'll be cheering hard for his dog as well there on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a ripper night. Looking forward to being out at the Meadows.
Good on you, Neil. All the best.
Thanks, David. Talk to you next week, mate.
There you have it. Neil Brown with us here on this Thursday morning here on Great Greys, the place where he had his honeymoon, Kangaroo Island, and we've got the interim divs through here on the first. The winner, number 8, Tsunami Rose for Kira Yule, $3.60, $1.50. Ultron, $2.70, and Titan Rising, $1.70. The Quinella, $11.60. Exacta, $20.70. The Trifecta, $75.70. And the first 4 on 8, 4, 3 and 2, $468.40. The next race from Kangaroo Island comes up in 29 minutes' time, and the favourite there, French Delicacy, at $2.35 in front of Miss Pantherlot, $3.20, and Excelot at $4.80. Let's see if we can't catch up with our man now, Sean Matheson, and have a look at this very busy night of chasing at Angle Park. Of course, we've got the Launching Pad Mix Series here, and of course the winner goes on to represent SA across there in the Launching Pad, which is a race for very special greyhounds. Let's welcome in Sean on this Thursday morning. Hello, Sean.
Hi, David. Yeah, great to be on the show with you again this Thursday, and yeah, really looking forward to the feature tonight being the 2 heats of the SA Launching Pad series, where we find some really nice young up-and-coming dogs looking to progress through to the final. We've been doing this series, David, for the last 9-10 years, and trying to get a dog booking a spot, if you like, to represent SA, as you mentioned, in the Launching Pad series in Victoria, and it's been really successful. No more so than Peaky Boo last year, who ended up running second in the final and was just touched off. So, I mean, hopefully the dogs tonight progress to the final and can represent SA at that sort of level. That would be fantastic. Indeed.
Yeah, it's always one of the great series. Look forward to it each and every year. And the SA reps generally do a good job as well. Let's run through your better bets on the program tonight there at Angle Park.
Okay, so the first one does come up in the second heat of the Launching Pad, and it's race 5, David, and it's number 5, My Boy Bingo, which is now in the care of Cameron Forshaw here in SA. Has had 2 runs with the 2 wins, both at Hobart in Tassie. Quite impressive in both of those performances. Hasn't raced since the 23rd of January, so it'll be primed for its heat performance tonight. Again, lightly raced, which a lot of these dogs are, but no doubt got plenty of ability, and I'd say this is one of the series they've probably targeted. So I think he'll be very hard to beat. He's around that $2 quote, which I think is not a bad price in this type of race.
All righty. So had the 2 runs down there in Hobart, run in really impressive fashion, and now finds itself to South Australia. Have you heard any mail on any trials or anything along those lines, Sean, as the dog arrived in SA running slick times?
No, I haven't heard. So, no, I can't confirm one way or the other. But because its last run was the 23rd of January, Cameron Forshaw, I've got no doubt he would have had the dog had a look, because I suppose the dog's here, I think, for this type of event. So they'd want to give themselves every opportunity to qualify with Cameron. So I haven't heard anything, but 3 or 4 weeks ago, you'd think it would have seen the track.
Indeed. And, it looks like it's well above average. So the first of our plays tonight, Angle Park, race 5, number 5, My Boy Bingo. The second of them?
Comes up in the next race, and it's race 6, number 5, Dashing Deb. Now, she's quoted around the $12 mark. There's been quite a lot of money for the 6-dog Iron Atlas, who's first up in South Australia for Kim Johnson, and is quite short in the market, which I think is blowing out some of these odds for these other dogs, which is good for Dashing Deb because she's had a bit of a bad run with the way she begins. She begins okay and then just finds herself in a little bit of trouble. But I think tonight, from box 5, the 2 dogs on her inside really have no speed. So I think she can get across into a nice, handy spot nice and early. And she has plenty of ability. She's just lacking a bit of confidence. But I think being further up on the speed here, which is the hope, I think that she'll be able to run a much better performance for Gavin Harris. She's been getting home nicely in her races. And I think at the $12, I think you could take the risk that she could lob 3rd or 4th and definitely be there at the business end.
All righty, race 6, number 5, Dashing Deb. Great value around that $13 mark. The third of your place tonight there at Angle Park, Sean?
The third of them will come up in the last race, so people will have to wait to the last. And it's race 12, number 8, Ben Tango. Hopefully we've had a couple of winners, so they don't mind waiting a couple of hours for our last best bet. But it's number 8, Ben Tango. Got a really good record from a wide draw. 1-3 with 2 placings from 7 starts. Last start from box 6, not a lot of luck. The dog does want to get wide, and I think the key for him is he box 8's going to be good for him. He's gone 30-80 at Angle Park. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on the favourite going to the first turn, and I think Ben Tango should just get a nice run sitting out wide and race up on speed. So I think at the $3.30, I think he can send us home on a winner tonight.
Tremendous. So we've got race 5, number 5, My Boy Bingo. The value is the race 6, number 5, Dashing Deb, around that $13 mark. And race 12, number 8, Ben Tango, to send us home a winner, currently $3.40 on the fixed odds with Tab Touch. Plenty of other chasing on across there in SA. On Friday, we've got the program there at Murray Bridge. And, of course, on Sunday, all eyes turn to Gawler. Anything at either of those 2 meetings?
Yeah, so one at each venue. So at Murray Bridge tomorrow, I like race 8, number 1, Nizoni for Rosalind Nichols, a Victorian greyhound, having a run before the Murray Bridge Cup heats, which start the following Sunday. Drawn perfectly in box 1 for Nizoni, perfectly in the sense that the 2-dog and the 4-dog, they just want to sit off the rail. So Nizoni, first look at the track as a hit out for the heats. I think we'll get every opportunity, even if it misses the kick a little bit, to drive forward. Big 1-turn track at Murray Bridge over the 455. 55 will suit him down to the ground. Be extremely hard to beat there at Murray Bridge on Friday. And then looking at Gawler on Sunday night, our feature race is the 2025 Gawler Breeders' Final over the 400 metres. And Ben Rawlings has number 3, I'm It, going exceptionally well. A very, very fast heat winner, building a very impressive record, particularly over the short course. I see this greyhound leading and winning race 5 on Sunday night, so really hard to beat. What should be a really good race of nice, young, up-and-coming SA bred dogs.
Okay, race 5, number 3, I'm It for Benny Rawlings, putting together a really nice record, this Tommy Shelby youngster. 12 starts for 7 wins and 4 placings, and certainly looks the goods there. Sunday afternoon, race 5, number 3, I'm It for Benny Rawlings. To go along with Murray Bridge, Friday, race 8, number 1, Nizoni. Beautifully done, Sean. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys, to yourself and all of the team across there in SA. All the very best for tonight's launching pad heat night. Should be an absolute beauty. We'll be tuned in.
Thanks, David. Always appreciate your time.
There we have it, Sean Matheson here on TAB Radio, where it's now 17 minutes away from 11 o'clock. Our next race for broadcast here on TAB Radio will be race number 2 from Hawkesbury. Comes up in 11 minutes' time at 10:55. Supreme Statement is our current favourite at 235. It's been well backed in from 460. Willie Opper, 275, just out of touch to 320. Danneman seen some support at longer odds, 12 to 650. Tomcat Flowers, 11 to 750. Patricia has gone the other way. The punters are steering clear. It's 330 right out to 750 now. Similar Elegant Artist on the drift from 9 to 21. Catatomic's been 31 out to 34. King of the Ring, $18 right out to $51, and Namoy River 51 out to 71. The well-back favourite Supreme Statement 460 into 235, Danneman 12 into 650, and Tomcat Flowers 11 into 750. Where the money is for race number 2 there at Hawkesbury, that will be underway in some 10 minutes' time. Let's catch up though with our man Simon Orchard, the Olympian, joins us here on TAB Radio on this Thursday morning to talk all things New South Wales chasing. Hello, Simon Orchard. How do we find you on this Thursday morning?
Yeah, g'day, Shorty. G'day, listeners. You find me, well, still recovering, mate. I've got to be honest, from last night, Greyhound of the Year Awards over here in New South Wales. It was at Wentworth Park. I was lucky enough to host the event, and it went all right, but we had some wonderful winners. Gee whiz. Marty Hallinan, the Alan Wheeler medalist, Minnie Finn, Trainer of the Year, Val Policella, Greyhound of the Year for 2024. So it was wonderful to see so many smiling, happy faces last night at Wenty, Shorty, and the list of award winners. If you want to see all of them, go to thedogs.com.au, check out the story. But there was heaps of emotion, mate. In particular, a story about a bloke called Matt Rees, a former police officer who sadly is suffering with PTSD, but he's got a greyhound by the name of Thor, who through the GAP program has just reinvigorated his life. You could hear a pin drop, mate, when the video went up on the big screens, and Matt, his wife Di, and the dog Thor were all in the room and just showed the journey of how this greyhound has just made his life so much better. And mate, I got quite emotional, to be honest. His wife Di said she was worried that she might not have a husband for a while there, and Thor has just been the elixir of life. So how good is that for a yarn? Greyhounds, more than just wonderful racing animals, but wonderful friends and companions as well.
Well, indeed. And while this is a special story, it's not isolated to one or two families. The greyhounds have been making a difference to people's lives for many, many years, and not just as dogs to go and follow when they're racing, but what they can do for people's lives as far as enriching them. Often I've heard similar stories across here in WA of people that were in poor health and were told by doctors that if they didn't pick up their physical activity, that the near would be very, very soon. And most of these people that have got involved with greyhounds regularly get themselves up and mobile and walking the dogs, and then they find themselves with a best mate for the remainder of their lives. And some of these people have actually gone into training across here in WA. Back in the day, back when you could have one or two dogs in the backyard, many people that had nothing to do with greyhounds were in that scenario, found themselves with a couple of dogs for exercise to keep well, and then found themselves falling in love with the breed and going on to train many dogs over many years.
Yeah, mate, it really is, as you mentioned, not isolated to New South Wales, but it was interesting talking to Tony Zammit at the end of the night, of course, the trainer of Val Policella, who took home the big gong. And he said, never short of a word, Tony, but he said he was so moved and touched by the Matt Rees story. There was a few pamphlets getting around on the PTSD program, and he said, I'm going to take this back to Queensland. Obviously, we know the queue's not far away. They're going to have probably the best racing precinct in the country, but Tony said this sort of program and this sort of extracurricular, I guess, activity around rehoming greyhounds and finding new forever homes and helping people in society is something that Queensland well and truly needs to further promote as well. So it's good that we can spread the message, and last night was a great chapter in the book of greyhound racing in New South Wales, and we mentioned a couple of those winners. Marty Hallinan, he was brought to tears for winning the Alan Wheeler medal. Jan was there to present to him, and Minnie Finn, usually pretty stoic and tough and hard-nosed, she was also quite emotional, winning the award, obviously, after the year after her late husband John passed away as well. So there's a bunch of great stories, Shorty. It was a really good night. I had a lot of fun.
That's so good, and I'm sure you would have absolutely hosted it with distinction. We also had our Greyhound of the Year night and Hall of Fame night on Sunday, so it's raining those award nights. And a bitch that you saw firsthand there on $1 Million Chase night, Miss Envy, went on to win our WA Greyhound of the Year. Tommy Shelby and also Dave and Christine Robertson were inducted into the WA Hall of Fame. So special nights, and they are wonderful evenings as well for all of the industry to get together, Simon. Generally, everybody's so busy going from race meeting to race meeting, but to just take that one night off where everybody gets together and celebrates each other's successes and long-term success is really, really special for the sport.
Oh, you're spot on. Two things stand out there. Miss Envy, I tell you what, I spoke to, I reckon, Crystal 6 months ago, and she said that Steve's the guy to do the media stuff, and they were nothing but complimentary and helpful, and enthusiastic to get over and be part of the $1 Million Chase series. And every time I rang Steve to try and get a yarn, he was really, really generous with his time and made sure that we could tell as many good stories as possible. And it's been great to see Miss Envy go on to, well, almost have an unblemished record, to be honest, over the last couple of months since she came over to New South Wales. And secondly, mate, the nights are great. The only criticism I've got, they've all got to get up in the morning and do the dogs at 5 a.m. So the after party cut short for quite a few of our participants, but such is life as a dog trainer. I think I can, we'll have to get one night some year where we can get a day off racing so they can all really let their hair down.
Wouldn't that be something? With a train, he's probably a good example for all. Sometimes you just have to suck it up. He got in at, I think he said around 3:30 a.m. So, and turned up and did the dogs the next morning. So he's got some special powers, the great man.
Oh, mate, it's always funny. I always just hit up, someone like a Mini Finn who wins a stack of races. I've stopped asking her now, but it used to be, how do you celebrate? And she used to always say the same thing. I'll have to have some chocolate ice cream and I'll go to bed because I've got to get up at 5 and do the same thing tomorrow. But, mate, yeah, the night itself, I don't know what it is about people these days, but it's hard to take accolades and be proud of yourself. And I think a lot of people in the dog game, someone who hasn't grown up around the greyhounds, a lot of people are just next job and move on and get on with the next race. But I think there needs to be more time to celebrate wonderful achievements and just bask in not your own glory for these people, but take a step back and just look at the amount of work that someone like a Mini Finn has done, or a Georgia Howard, the Young Achiever of the Year, who's joined the Pete Lagagione kennel, and they've gone from strength to strength. Jason Magri, 182 winners in New South Wales last year. These people are at the dog track every single day, putting in the hard yakka and giving us a product to talk about, to have a bet on if you like doing that, or just love the greyhounds if you go out and want to get a pet at a Gap Adoption Day. So I really appreciate everything they do, and last night was a really good awards night for everyone who was in the room.
Indeed. Everybody that's taken home those awards, you should be very, very proud. Let's get down to the business of helping the listeners find a few winners, mate. I'll handball across to you, good self. You can talk us through your better plays over the next few days.
Yeah, we'll start at Wenty tonight, Shorty. 4-8 Jousting Stick for Mick Clayton and 10-8 Reborn Hostility. I think both greyhounds well and truly on the rise. Reborn Hostility went, I think, 5.51 to the first marker last time. So box 8 for a greyhound who's still learning the way a bit is a slight query, but any dog that can go 5.51 early, I think, is going to be hard to beat. So 4-8 and 10-8 tonight at Wentworth Park. Tomorrow, we've got a great card at Richmond, the Oaks and the Derby. Good odds Cobber's coming back from the Bulleye Gold Cup win, so Cobber will be a favourite in race 9. I'm pretty sure he'll be short. It's only a small field, but look forward to watching him going around because he's really building this resume. Best bets on the program, though, 3-1 Sooty Keeping and 6-8 Depeche. So Sooty Keeping for Charmaine Roberts. She won an award last night for Volunteer of the Year, so great to see her rewarded off the track, but Sooty Keeping's a real beauty. Box 1 suits down to the ground. 3-1 Sooty Keeping just needs to jump. I think she will win. And 6-8 Depeche. Pete Lagagiane's had a big rap on Depeche, and she probably not hasn't lived up to the expectation yet, but she's been a bit more of a slower burn the last couple of months. She's obviously a litter sister to Dalwhinnie, Make Them Cry, as well as part of that litter. So she's got a stack of ability, and I know they've got a big opinion of her. So 6-8 Depeche in 2 of the Oaks heats tomorrow at Richmond. And then Saturday night, another great race honouring a former member of the greyhound community, Robert Smith. The Memorial Maiden goes off at the Gardens. It's race 7 on the program on Saturday. I think Mamasan in box 2 for Michelle Sultana can lead. And I think on the Gardens, a track that favours leaders, I think that dog can win. So 7-2, the Robert Smith Memorial Maiden. She went 29.57 in the heats. I think she can get a couple more lengths on that and maybe get down to about 29.4. And as I said, if she leads, she wins. And Robert Smith Memorial Maiden, a wonderful race which kicked off a few years ago. It's produced the likes of French Martini, Power and Glory, and I know Kevin Gordon, one of our board members, a great old friend of the late Robert Smith, and he'll be on track, proud as punch, to celebrate his life in the greyhound game.
Magnificent. That'll be the Gardens there on Saturday night, race 7 dog number 2, Mama-san, for Michelle Sultana to get the job done. Wentworth Park tonight, 4-8 jousting 6 and 10-8. And Richmond race 3, number 1, Sooty Keeping race 6, number 8, Depeche. The thoughts for our man Simon Orchard. Simon, wonderful catching up with you this morning. Really appreciate your time as always, mate. Well done on the big job there last night hosting the Greyhound of the Year, and look forward to our chat again this time next week.
Yeah, I'm going to go have a glass of water, mate. I'll see you next week.
Not much left for us here on this Thursday morning on Great Grace. Thanks for your company as always, and a big thanks to Shane Train Williams, to Jason Campbell, to Neil Brown, Sean Matheson, and also Simon Orchard, sharing their thoughts for a busy weekend of chasing upcoming. Last night there was some really cool news coming through. WA Greyhound of the Year Vice Grip had his first starter here in WA, and it was successful in Springburn Lass. So to add Smithson and all the crew there with Vice Grip, congratulations on that performance from the first of the Vice Grip progeny to hit the track last night there, Springburn Lass. Hopefully the first of many, many winners to come for Vice Grip. He was one of my absolute favourites. Such a consistent, reliable dog for a very long period of time. So well done to you last night there with that particular winner. And also great to see a familiar name from years gone by. I was only saying to his daughter Nicola on Sunday night at the Greyhound of the Year Awards that bringing back some great memories when I saw her of the great Black Watch from years gone by, who was one of the better short courses I've seen in my lifetime here in WA that Gordon Hine trained. And lo and behold, he bobs up a few nights later with a victory at Cannington, which was awesome to see. Well done to you, Gordon, fronting up there and getting the job done there. And a couple of people saying that he was showing off a little bit as well, turning up after a break like that and just making it look easy. Once again, he's always been a clever man with a collar and lead with the Greyhound. So well done to you, Gordon Hine, and also to Vice Grip. Some good news coming out of that program last night.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.